So, how to start investing in the UK so that you're not missing out? First of all, I think it's brilliant that you're asking this question because no matter your income level, in starting to invest even small amount as soon as possible is actually one of the smartest moves that you can make. The truth is, if you're not investing yet, you're literally leaving money on the table. And I mean every single day. But I understand most people delay investing because they either don't understand it, or it's too complicated, or they think they don't have enough funds to start now. Hopefully this video would help you. I'm going to walk you through the 6 straightforward steps that you can follow today if you want to start investing as a beginner in the UK. And the good thing is you can actually apply this to anywhere you're located in the world, as a matter of fact. Step 1 is to educate yourself. Before you rush out, watch YouTube videos and buy your fair share or ETF, it's important that you understand what the basics of investing, and that could mean different things. For example, understand different type of investment products, right? Understand how these products work, understand what they can do for you as a person. I won't go into details today, but here's a quick overview of the main categories. Number 1, you have cash and cash equivalents. You have fixed income securities, you have equities, you have investment funds, you have alternative investments. Now, these are different investment products, right? And you can learn about all of these in more detail online. Just Google them and you will get enough material. For example, a cash ISA falls under cash and cash equivalent, while a stocks and shares ISA would fall under equities, right? There's the truth about investment products you need to know and understand, and that is risks and return are connected. This is the reason why your savings account that is so safe would pay next to nothing, mega amounts, while the stock market can grow your money significantly over time, but with it has ups and down along the way. This is why understanding the investing basics is not just a nice to know, it's something that is actually essential if you don't want to make mistakes and miss out on building real wealth. Another thing to note with the basics is the concept of asset allocation, right? And we'll touch on this later, but it just helps to solidify that phrase that says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Asset allocation is something that's very, very important. And while we're on this matter, an important disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. And while I have background in finance back home in Nigeria, I'm not a qualified financial advisor, consultant, planner, any of all that. This is just for educational purpose. And if you're enjoying the video so far, please do like and subscribe. I do have links to my newsletter in the description. In our newsletter, we go into a deeper dive into different topics all about leveling up your finance, making better decisions, growing money, retiring, all of that good stuff. So if it's something you want to get involved with, you're interested in, you want to make better choices, you want to get more knowledge, click the link in the description and sign up. It's free. Okay, see you. Back to the video. The second step you need to take is to take advantage of any tax benefit, aka free money from the government, right? You know, many people don't know that the government is actually offering free money to invest. Yes, you heard me right, free money. And you get this free money through tax efficient accounts like ISAs, like pensions. The government is practically begging you to build it. At this time, this could change anytime, as we know the government is that fickle, right? And the truth is, if you're not using these accounts, you're literally saying, no, thank you, I don't want free money. Practically, that's what you're doing. Let me explain exactly how much you're leaving on the table. First, let's talk about ISAs, individual savings accounts. The stocks and shares ISA is an absolute gift to UK investors. There are few countries that are this generous. You can invest up to £20,000 each year, completely tax-free. And I mean each tax year. Let's say you invest £10,000 and that money grows to £20,000 over time. Without an ISA, you would potentially pay capital gains tax when you sell that investment, maybe up to 20% or more. You're going to pay tax on dividends that you receive, maybe up to 40% if you're an additional taxpayer, right? All of this is exempt and zero with the stocks and shares. Nothing. You will pay nothing. Nada, zilch. And that could mean thousands of pounds in your pocket instead of going to HMRC. I think that's very solid. Now, the other part is SIP, self-invested personal pensions, right? Or even if it's not self-invested, if it's not SIP, your workplace pension also applies. They're all in the same category here. And with pensions, free money becomes really, really obvious. When you put money into your SIP, your workplace pension, the government actually gives you a tax relief of 20% automatically. That means if you contribute 80 pounds, the government adds 20, giving you a total of 100 pounds to invest. Higher rate taxpayers can claim an additional 20% through their tax return. Additional rate taxpayer even more. That's an instant 25% return on your money before you even invest it. I don't know who else offers you a guaranteed 25% return these days, right? The trade-offs with the SIP and the pension is that you can't access that money until age 55, which is going to rise to about 57 by 2028, right? But for long-term wealth building, it's an incredible opportunity if you're missing out on it. Now, if you're between 18 and 39, there is something called lifetime ISA or LISA that you qualify for. The government adds 25% bonus to your contribution top up or the max of £4,000. So that potential £1,000 free money that you can use to either buy your first home or for retirement. And the catch with the LISA is early withdrawals or for any other purpose outside buying your first home would come with a penalty, right? But if you're saving for a home or you're saving for retirement, this is a very, very good deal. This is why I say if you're in the UK and you're not investing through this tax efficient account, you are literally turning away free money. And for me, that blows my mind, really. The third step is to create a wealth building blueprint. Most people never get wealthy because they don't have a plan. There is this saying that if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, right? Failure to plan just makes you drift through life financially. You're reacting to circumstances rather than taking control. And that's what a simple plan does. Truthfully, it doesn't have to be complicated at all. It could be something that you've just written on a piece of paper. Just think of it as your wealth blueprint, a straightforward plan that is also flexible. You can refine as you go. Here's how to create your own, right? First, make the most crucial decision that will determine your financial future. Look at your income and decide your savings rate. That's the beginning of your plan. How much will you save and invest versus how much will you spend? This might sound simple, but it's genuinely life-saving. I did a video that talks about numbers you should track, numbers that will make you wealthy. Those videos will be linked in the description. You could check them out. Your savings rate is number one on all of those lists, right? So if you save and invest just 10% of your income, you will be in a completely different financial position compared to someone else who saved 30%. After 10 years, the difference is staggering. After 20 years, you're talking about life-changing sums of money. The aim is to save between 15 and 20% at the minimum, and your future self will thank you for it. The next thing you want to put in your financial plan will be your debt and emergency fund. What's your plan for those two? If you have high interest debt like credit cards, paying that off should be your priority. It does not make sense to invest money while you're paying 20% plus on interest on a debt. And that's that for your debt. As for emergency fund, the aim and the advice everywhere is to save 3 to 6% of your expenses in an account that is easily accessible. Now, if you don't have any money for an emergency fund, you need to look at this in goals. The first goal is to save £1,000 before you even do anything. And if you have debt, you now pause that and tackle your debt. Once your debt is sorted, your next goal is to save 1 month of your essential expenses. Once you've saved that, What I advise people is to now split those goals into two. If, for example, you were saving up £200, at this point you want to split it. You want to start investing maybe £100, and then you're saving the remaining £100 to your emergency fund. Because what compounding does to your investment is something that you want time working in your favor, right? You want to start early enough, and you don't want to wait and delay till you saved up 6 months of expenses before you start investing. What that does, especially for people with low savings rates, for example, maybe below 10%, 5%, is that you're waiting years before you can get up to 6 months without even investing at all. I hope that makes sense. When it comes to investing, what should your portfolio look like? For beginners, I strongly recommend focusing on ETFs and index funds, right? ETFs are exchange traded funds. ETFs are like baskets of investments that you can buy in one go, right? So instead of trying to pick individual companies, an ETF and index funds just give you instant diversification. For example, the FTSE All Share ETF gives you ownership of hundreds of UK companies, right? The S&P 500 ETF gives you the largest 500 US companies. The Global All Cap ETFs exposes you to thousands of companies all over the world. With just 2, 3 ETFs combined, you can own a slice of every global economy. Now, this is something that previous generations, our dad and mom, could only dream of when it comes to investing, but we have that at the tip of our hands. And the beauty of ETF is you're not trying to outsmart the market. You're simply owning a piece of the market and letting capitalism work for you over time. So keep it simple, stupid, and focus on consistency. Consistency over intensity any day, anytime. Now, let me show you the single most expensive financial mistake that people make. And this is not picking the wrong investment. It is not even paying high fees. It's simply waiting too long to start investing. And that, my friends, is step 4. Step 4 is to start today, not tomorrow. No procrastinating. And it's all because of compound interest. Einstein allegedly calls it the eighth wonder of the world. And as you can see, this curve just shows why the rich keeps getting rich. So start small, but start now. And you know, that's the good news. You don't need large amounts to start investing today. Many UK platforms let you start with as little as 25, £10 per month. Trading 212 free trade. These are platforms that let you invest and buy fractional shares with just £1, literally £1. So there is no excuse. No one has an excuse to not start investing today. If you can afford a Netflix subscription, if you can afford takeaway in a month, you can afford to invest. Remember, the best day to start investing was 20 years ago. The second best day is actually today. Every day you wait is literally costing you money, literally. Step 5 is to choose the right platform. And the goal of this is to avoid getting ripped off. You know, Vanguard made a decision last year to increase their fees, and a lot of people left, myself including, because I didn't understand the rationale behind that. But it's not my place. We have options. Personally, I invest my ISAs in Trading 212 and my SIP in Invest Engine, and I've been happy with both of them. They're using them towards the end of last year, and it's been fine. Moved all my money from Vanguard. Right. Step 6 is to research a product before you purchase. Now, don't just follow the crowd and buy what's trending or what your colleague is buying. It's your money. You alone bear the risk, not your friend, you alone. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're buying. And the only way to do that is to research. Only purchase investment products that you actually understand. Of course, our understanding may be limited, but at least you have a good idea of the risks involved with whatever it is. You're a lot more knowledgeable than before you even research. For example, if you're buying an ETF, what's the past performance of that ETF like? What's the management fee? What does this ETF actually track? how diversified it is. And you know, for me, fees is something that I look at very closely, because the lower fees means I keep more of my return. Now, all I've been talking about is just a basic guide of how to start investing in the UK today. And if you love this, I'd love to hear and read what you think of this video, if it made sense, what your biggest takeaway is. And if there's anything I forgot to mention, please put all of that in the comments. Feel free to share this video with friends and family. Everyone needs to be investing, everyone. So share with friends and family, your enemies too. And I'll see you in the next